What's going on, guys? Another Sunday. Just got back from the range. I took my P365X Macro. I took the Taurus out, you already know, and I took my Smith & Wesson Sport 2 out. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much today for me was more like a very chill day at the range. I go to an outdoor range. It was windy, rained, and drizzled a little bit. I started out with my AR, and I went to the pistol range, and good results with this today. You know what I'm saying? Very good results. Can you get that red dot? Come on. I know you got it. Damn. Oh, that hollow sun. You know what I'm saying? I put up some footage of how it went down.
Yeah,
What I
your
like to
ring is
do,
off.
usually I put up like a 6-inch bullseye round target up, and I shoot from 5 meters to 10 meters. And, just make sure I'm hitting in that area I decided to shoot in. Because if you really think about it, the normal width of a grown man is about 24 inches, shorter, depending on build and frame, about 24 inches. So if you can hit the bullseye of a 6-inch target, that's pretty much the size of a fist, you know what I'm saying, right in the middle of their motherfucking chest. I think those are good parameters shooting wise. But I took out one of those square targets with the little red square in the center, and then the one, two, three, four in the quadrants. And I put a picture of how I did. Mostly this time when I went to the range, I wanted to shoot like moderately quick, let off a couple shots as reasonably quick so the range officers wouldn't yell at my ass. You feel me? You gotta get away with what you can. Pretty much just dialed my grip in. And I made some really good groups at the speed I was going. I feel like, man, shooting is mad easy once you get down all the fundamentals. You just have to remember to implement the fundamentals. So, like building grip, you know what I'm saying? Anytime I go in, and that's because I have the time and the ability to, I hold the gun like this, go in with the web, you know what I'm saying? Get that connection, make sure I'm snug in there, wrap my fingers around, flip over so you guys can see. And what I like to do is some people just go all the way in like that. And that works for them. That's cool. It works for me too. I could shoot like that, but I go like around right here, like a little bit more up, and then I just press it into the meat right here. And I take my other hand. Always tell when I'm demonstrating this, take my other hand and I close that gap. You see all this empty space? Close that gap. And right there, see how everything fit? Boom, like that. So now it's turn around. And now you see how all the other fingers is lined up like that? That's what you want. You know what I'm saying? Some people go in and they grab the trigger guard. Works for them. Has worked for me. I've tested that out. Haven't had good results. But what I do, I just like to wrap those fingers in, and then I just make sure I activate those pinky muscles. You know what I'm saying? That's where I target really. You know what I'm saying? Everything is gripped, but you see them pinky, I activate that pinky, and I'm also doing the same thing on the inside with that pinky. So it's like I have a conscious activation of these three fingers and that whole palm movement right here. And same thing when I wrap around. Have activation, conscious activation of all 4 of these fingers, including that pinky. That's how I build my grip. It's tight, it's nice. I always fuck with it. And then what I like to do, especially when I'm at the range, I like to get that. I want to feel my palm pressing firmly against these inside fingers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a clamp. Boom. I want to feel that interaction between everything. And then, I get the shooting. You feel me? And let me tell you, a lot of people will say this and say that. I'll say this and I'll say that. But everybody got to find their own master grip. There's not one trick that anybody can show you that can make you shoot better instantly. You got to practice. You got to go through your own research and development. And you just got to piece everything together like that. And after that, pretty much you'll know where your weak part's at. When after grip, pretty much that trigger control comes in next. And I tell everybody, very easy shit. You wanna, let's go here. You wanna, let me see, yeah, like this. So once you got your master grip, there we go, like this. Boom. My bad, y'all. Once you got your master grip, we can actually zoom in a little bit. Your finger, what I like to do is just place just that amount of meat on it. You feel me? That amount of meat on it. You know what I'm saying? So this is, if you're looking top down, this is what it looks like. This is what the finger's not all the way in like this, all the way back like this. It's right there like that. And I just pull that slack out, hit that wall, make my final adjustments with the red dot, make sure it's aiming at what I wanted to aim, and then pull that trigger. Simple. Straight back, straight efficiency. And like I was telling you guys in the last video, I don't know if you can see the red dot, but I do a couple dry fires before I even start firing the gun. You feel me? That's where these little snap caps come in. I use those. I got like, this mag is dedicated for the range. All these mags have been used to make sure I test everything, make sure it runs. I'll put these in here. Run them in. And then, boom. Pull that slack out. Boom. I do about like 2 to 3 to 4. Make sure that dot is not really moving. And then after that, I'm not really focusing on the dot. You feel me? Target focused. I mean, in the video, you might see me squinting, but it's not like it's from iron sights. Like, because I like to keep both eyes open using iron sights, but it's a squint. I've seen it. It looks weird. I do it. It works for me. It helps me to pretty much focus past that front sight and be more target focused. And it does work. I get good results. 5 meters to 10 meters. I hit what I want to hit. I might not have the most tightest groups all the time, but usually I have a good 3-inch to 2-inch group. And that's good for me. At least I know I'm going to be 3 inches off target at the most, shooting at a moderate speed. Other than that, Haven't really changed anything. Haven't really cleaned it since the last time you guys seen. Yo, the GoPro be wilding. It's off. That was the turning off. But overall, very good performance out of this gun. I mean, I might not be the most flattest shooter, but if you look at the video, probably it's on screen right now, it's very flat. And if it's not flat, that's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting the correct amount of grip into steadying that thing forward. But yo, this thing just looks sexy to me. I feel sexy shooting this shit. I feel like a sexy motherfucker, no lie. Red dot performance right now. I love this red dot, but I've seen better red dots. And you know what I'm saying? Comparison is the death of happiness. There are red dots out there. I guess like I think what the dude had on it was like a Trigicon. I looked through that shit, crystal clear. This has a crystal clear image, but I've daily driven this for a long time, and yeah, there's a few imperfections on the front. I try to really clean it before I go to the range each time, but dust and carbon buildup and all that shit. But I just feel like the red dot, because I do have a little bit of astigmatism in both eyes, the red dot is just not as clear as the higher end red dots appear to be. But I still make it through that. Not really dot focused, target focused. So I'm hitting what I want to hit regardless of how the clarity or fidelity of the dot. And pretty much I've been like that with most of the dots I've ever had. They're a little bit fuzzy, not the most sharpest things, but when you look through a high quality optic, it's a high quality optic. That dot is crisp and clear. I was at one of my local gun shops, and dude had one of them new aim point ones, $1,000 one. That shit, I'm like, out of my price point type shit. And I looked at it, and I'm like, yo, why this shit look? I'm looking through the red dot. I feel like real life don't look as clear as the red dot. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. What I've been thinking about doing to this gun specifically is stippling. I know I have some little soldering tools, but I feel like I'm not gonna get the results that I want from those soldering tools if I do use them on this grip module right here. But I've been really thinking about trying out some stippling. Probably I'll practice on some other plastic like material with the soldering tools I have. And depending on how that goes, I'll just do a little stippling probably right here where the thumb rests. And probably if I can get a more aggressive stippling a little bit higher up right here, I'll do that too. But when I have the time and the patience to do that, I'll obviously make a video on how I performed. But overall, this range day, I give the gun 4 stars. You already know, 4 stars. And we don't do 5 stars around here, so that's maxed out at 4. No criticisms. Pretty much very good weapon. I mean, damn, every time I look at it, damn, it's be like, I couldn't make it. Whoever made it did they motherfucking thing. The only thing that just breaks the immersion for me is this little gap right here, if you look at it. But it's not a big deal. I always thought about, you know, taking the taking the hollow sun to a grinder and just rounding down those edges, but I ain't gonna do that shit. But that's pretty much it. Everything else about this gun, how I can just present it and the grip I feel when I'm, hey, everything's good. But overall, good day with the SIG, like it always is. And that's pretty much it, guys. Pretty much it. You guys probably already seen the video I did about the extra mags. Always had 2 of these. I did carry this as an extra. Got this. Now I carry this as an extra. Like I said in the other video, if you're going to carry your extra mag, make it an extended mag because you want more firepower. That's why you're picking up the second mag in the first place, because this wasn't enough ammunition. So if I pick up another one of these, this might not be enough ammunition. But this is just the stock extended mag. I got this. It made sense. The price was right. Shot on it. Anyway, guys, that's another video from me. Like, subscribe, make a comment. I'm very active in the comments. I like talking to y'all. It's cool. And that's pretty much it, man. Later. All right, so this is at like 5 meters. Y'all seen in the video that I was shooting moderately fast. Here, 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 here. Good shooting. Not the best shooting, but good shooting. And then these is obviously the 22. All these is 9mm right here.